Hey, welcome into the Ron Ross Radio Show podcast. I'm so excited that you're here, hanging out with us live on Facebook and live on YouTube. And later we will post this up on our X account. But I'm Ron, and again, so grateful that you're hanging out with it. This is the week for it, right? For gratitude. That dude over there, who I am unbelievably thankful for, is John Uglensky, our partner and executive producer, and it's all the things podcasting, but also a very, very excellent friend inside and outside the business. John, thank you so much. I'm going to be doing this like the entire podcast, just so you know.
Okay. Are you?
I'm sure.
Okay.
I told my I texted both daughters and I just said how much I loved and appreciated and I was proud of them and all of that stuff. And oh, look who has checked in on Facebook. You
Early
can
check-in.
put in your comments live, by the way.
Yeah.
Because it's just after 11 a.m. East Coast time. And Jennifer Scott is our California friend.
8 o'clock specific.
8, that's right. 8 specific. Thank you, John.
You're welcome.
You. I appreciate that. I appreciate that you picked up on that. But
Okay.
I told the daughters that I'm just going to keep doing that. And I'm just going to keep doing that. And, oh, no. Does it not work?
Oh, hold on. Let me... Really? It was working a week ago.
Oh, I didn't get any notifications. You get any notifications it's not working anymore? I guess so.
No. I'm looking into it. Please.
All right,
continue.
John's looking into it. Okay, so anyway, I told both daughters that I'm just going to keep texting them stuff like that until they get tired of hearing it. I want them to get so tired of hearing it that they're like, oh, geez, it's Dad again. I just never want them to think that I don't, that, even in trials and tribulations of life, of what's going on, that it never for 1 second do I not appreciate the fact that they are here on this earth and gracing us with their presence and their talents and the cool things that they do. Okay, call and leave a message.
I don't see anything wrong with it, but I signed in.
Is that the number, Jennifer, that you called?
Yeah.
240-415-9090. 240-415. Shall I call it live?
You can.
You want me to call it live? Let's call it live. Let's go. Here we go. We're going to call it live.
How do we do that? We're going to do it live.
Live.
Do it live.
What is that a reference to?
It's
Bill O'Reilly. Right.
Do it live.
That's one of those.
It's inside baseball.
That's one of those, inside baseball things. That just like the recording of Casey Kasem losing it. While he was doing a recording, Bill O'Reilly was doing some like promos and it wasn't working out and they kept, and so he was
pissed and
he lost it. Yeah, he got mad.
Well, we're going to do it live.
We're going to do it live.
Do it live. It's funny.
All right, here we go. It's a 240-415
Niner
9090
990
Let me put on speaker so we can hear what's going on.
For G Gordon Lady, the G Man, Niner.
Hotline, leave a message, and we may use it on the show. Bye now.
Yeah.
Hey,
hi.
Check 1 2, checking to make sure this actually works. This is Jennifer Scott, and I'm so appreciative of all the wonderful things that that you do for us on the podcast.
There we go.
I'm assuming that's what Jennifer would say.
I know.
So there you go. And all right. Okay. All right. Well, hopefully it was 2 rings and it went right to Jennifer. I promise I didn't do that for.
And there you go. I mean, it's and it just showed up in the.
Okay.
So call and leave your message.
And give it another try, Jennifer. We'd love to hear from you. Please.
Yes,
240-415-9090.
240-415-9090.
And anyone else who wants to leave a message. I believe last week we were like, hey, leave a message for gratitude or gratefulness or what you're thankful for. And since we're coming up on Thanksgiving, 2 days away. And also we are less than a month away from Christmas. Yesterday was the 25th. Today being the 26th, we are now less than 30 days away. It is, and we haven't done any Christmas decorating or anything like that. Although, we're just knee deep into the Thanksgiving prep. We've got a whole bunch of people coming over. It's going to be fun. Somebody's calling from Modesto, California.
Somebody wants to talk to
Why
you
are they going to my number?
from Modesto.
I think that's Jennifer Escano. I
Oh,
think,
really?
yeah.
Oh, Jennifer.
Google
what are you
Voice,
doing?
new voicemail. Google, I
Okay.
don't know. We'll check.
Hold on.
We'll see what's going
It
on.
could be. Does it get forwarded?
I hope it doesn't get forwarded. Does it get forwarded to my cellular?
Well, it
telephone
might
number?
ring you.
Yeah.
But if you don't answer, it still should go to voicemail, I would think. That's
well,
weird.
let's check my voice. Now let's check my voicemails. All
Oh.
right.
Oh,
Good
no,
Lord,
don't.
goodness. Voicemail.
Voicemail.
No, that's right.
Okay, some dialing music, Paul.
No, this is from the reimbursement department and recovery. Okay, all right. We'll talk to them later. That was a insurance thing. All right.
Yeah, that's not cool.
Glad I was doing that
Not
live in the podcast. I'm sure this is scintillating broadcasting.
Do it
Thank you so much
live.
for enduring. Wow, they're calling back. What is happening, people? Get off my phone. All right.
Google Voice keeps
So
answering, she says.
Okay.
I don't know what that means.
Keeps answering, or does it keep?
I don't know.
Does it keep going or keep ringing? Do you mean keep ringing?
She says it rings and rings and rings.
I'm not stalking you, I promise, but that's what happens when I call. It just rings and rings. That's because it's going to my phone. Why is it going to my phone?
I don't know. I'll have to look in the settings.
That's odd.
Yeah, this is scintillating.
I'll call you back after the show's over.
Scintillating.
We'll call you back after the show's over. You know what? Type what you're grateful for. Put it in the messages. Please.
Linked
That's clearly something's
numbers.
going on with our phone number.
Well, I see your linked number.
Oh, well, then that's what's happening. It's going to my phone.
I'm looking. Well, yeah, but I mean, it should, but okay. Oh, call forwarding turned on. It's now turned off.
There you go.
Try again, Jennifer.
Try again. That's why it worked on my phone, because it was coming from my number, so it wasn't going to roll over to my phone. I didn't do it either.
It was working fine before.
All right. Yeah, now you can call.
Stupid Google. Stupid Google Voice.
Google. Oh man, I almost had to change my underwear this morning because I was doing something for work and I'm on my laptop and I had to get into the Outlook, my email for Outlook.
Yeah.
For company email. And I must have typed it in wrong or misspelled Outlook, or there was a space or whatever, because this virus came up and it's just like bam, 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 and it said, and it took over my whole screen, and there was no way to X out of it. And this was this alarm: call now, you've got a burn, and I'm just like Control Alt Delete, shut down the whole computer.
Yep. That's what you can do that, or you can kill whatever your browser is in the processes.
There was no way to do that.
Control Alt Delete.
Oh, Control Alt Delete, and then
you bring up Task Manager, and then you kill the process. By the way, this is Tech Talk with John and Ron.
Tech Talk with John.
If you've got a computer problem, call in today.
It really scared me though. I'm like, oh no,
it's Ron
I've
Commando.
got so much stuff to do. But then I closed it and reopened it, and everything was fine. So I must have mistyped Outlook.
It happens.
All right. So anyway, we're in the middle of Thanksgiving prep right now. Actually, Greatest Wife Ever is in the middle of cleaning up after the Christmas Bash for Kids big party, the fundraising charity concert thing that went on Saturday. And so we had all of these gift boxes. I think I told you this, the decorative boxes that were gift wrapped were only gift wrapped on 5 sides so we can nest them.
Right, like the Russian.
Later. So now she's unwrapping them. She's standing. Look, I'm unwrapping Christmas presents. Yay me! Because she's and then breaking down all the boxes, because then we'll take them to recycling. And but in the middle of all that, so we got to get rid of all of that stuff before we can move on with Thanksgiving prep. But I'm thinking ahead now. I'm going to do the brine today. I'm not going to put the turkey in the brine, but I'm doing the brine today. Make the brine, and then you can cool it all off. But it's the Alton Brown Good Eats turkey recipe. And there you go. Jennifer said, call submitted. Thank you, Jennifer. Appreciate that.
Yeah. So now that it's working, feel free to call and leave your Thanksgiving message.
There you go. 240-415-9090.
We apologize for the
And by the
inconvenience.
way, I now have your home number, your cell number there. Jennifer said it showed up on my phone.
Well, I have it here anyway.
I was
I mean,
wondering
anytime you
why I
wanna
was getting
call
all
her,
these calls from all over the country, and I'm like, and they're going
Well-
to my phone. I'm thinking, oh, is that do I have a bill from that state? What's going on?
A bill collector.
I'm
It's
like,
Jennifer's new career. She's moved on from being the bag lady, and now she's
she's
doing
right.
collections,
Okay.
calling you.
For my car insurance
Yeah.
warranty, an extended car warranty.
Sorry, Jennifer. We apologize. And anyone else who called.
Yeah. Well,
I blame it on Google.
12 minutes into it, we finally figured it out. Okay, we got it. So,
Yeah, where's
making the brine and all that stuff. Now, I know, John, are you going out for Thanksgiving? You're not
that
probably
is
sitting at home.
correct.
Okay.
Correct, Mundo.
Yeah.
Stacey,
Friends of ours, mutual
I-
friends of ours, Debbie and Rick are coming over.
yeah, and Michael.
And
will be there.
and Michael. Okay. And
Yeah,
then it's like, so, but you're not prepping a turkey.
No,
Now, when you do have a turkey, who does the cooking of that? You or your greatest right now?
I have to say, for the most part, it's Stacy
Yeah.
does that stuff. There are limited things that I do. I do a chocolate torte sometimes.
I'm sorry, really? There's a lot of finesse that goes into making a chocolate torte. That's fantastic.
I'm going to send you the recipe. It's not as bad as you might think.
Okay.
We
All right.
cheat a little bit, and it turns
I'm all
out
about cheating.
amazing.
That's good. Yeah, sure.
That or pasta, like spaghetti. If we do spaghetti meatballs, like I will definitely help with the meatballs and getting the right consistency and
You
making
do
the
that for
meatballs.
Thanksgiving?
No, that would be more for Christmas or something. Oh, yeah. I'm generally talking about the holidays, harvest and beyond.
Harvest. Yes, it is harvest.
It's caught on.
It's harvest.
I now am referencing it.
I know you are, but we were talking. I was talking with our morning person at Key 103. Her name is Dina Carroll.
Okay.
And she's Italian. So we were talking, we were doing our Thanksgiving show. We got all the air personalities got together and we all just sat around and talked about Thanksgiving and traditions and recipes and
should
stuff.
have recorded that and then put together like a mix of it. It kind of probably would have been cool.
We did.
Oh.
That's what we did.
Oh, never mind.
And it's airing on Thanksgiving Day.
Okay.
It's a whole show. But
apparently I haven't lost it yet.
So she's talking, but she's talking about, and we're like, do you have any non-traditional foods on the table? And she said lasagna.
That's a good one.
She's New Jersey Italian. And she's talking about how, you do the lasagna. First you have the prosciutto and the melon. And I'm like, hold on, wait a minute, time out, freeze. It's prosciutto, right?
No,
it's prosciutto. You have the lasagna with the manicotti. Then I'm like, wait, hold on.
The manigo.
Yeah, right. I'm like, you're New Jersey. We just watched
and the gravy,
The Sopranos, and that's how I thought it was just almost a caricature. The gabagool and the gay.
No,
but she was literally doing that, literally speaking like that, which I thought was awesome. But she really does. They cut off that last. I guess New Jersey Italians cut off that last syllable, even though there's a letter there. Although she didn't with lasagna. She didn't say lasagne.
No, it's because it's lasagna.
But anyway, now
you're trying to make
right?
Yes, tartaglia.
Yeah. Literally. All right. So does she do that? Does she talk like that?
The relatives. The relatives, the Italian relatives, definitely with the prosciutto and it's like prosciutto almost. It's
right.
Prosciutto, the manigo.
That's nuts. Why does that happen? That's crazy.
I don't know. It's
I don't know anything
the
gravy.
Gravy instead of the sauce.
Okay. I just thought that was hilarious that she. So I said, well, then, and then she's like, and then we come back for the turkey, and I'm like, I'm surprised you didn't just call it the Turk.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. What did Jim posted? Yeah. We'll be having Thanksmas next weekend when son and girlfriend here from dinner.
Combining the
Denver.
holidays. I like that.
I like that too. That's fantastic. So you have a big old turkey.
We need a
dinner
name
at
for
dinner.
that.
I think they just did. Thanksmas. I love it.
Well, no, I mean the time between Thanksgiving and Christmas, then leading up to Christmas.
Well, if you're Catholic, it's called Advent.
Well, this is true, but I mean, I would think your daughter might come up with a good.
Oh, no, that's Christmas. She just calls it Christmas. It's Christmas.
No,
I know Christmas. She needs to come up with a.
There's some sort of term that needs
holly
to be...
and the ivy. All right, I will get. I will ask
get her on that. Would you?
She has to come up with a term now for it. Yuletide. It's Yuletide.
That's not bad. I'm not hating it.
Call it Yuletide.
Yeah.
All right. At a harvest
into
Yuletide.
The Thanksgiving, and then Yuletide,
and then Christmas, and then what, the New Year. There's that dead zone in between Christmas and New Year.
Well, I believe there are 3 other days which we call the mystery days.
Yeah. Oh,
that's a Bob and Doug McKenzie reference.
You're right.
When they go through the 12 days of Christmas.
That's right.
It's Christmas Day, Christmas Eve, Boxing Day.
Now, listen, you recently now become JY, the travel guy. But did you ever, as a family, you know, when you were young, younger, I'm sorry, you're still young. You're younger than I. Did you travel? Did you have to go like over the river and through the woods to grandmother's house? I mean, where was the Tortaglia or whatever your mom's name?
It could be the Glenski or the Tortaglia. Mm-hmm. And Tartaglia is the Americanized pronunciation.
Yeah.
Of course, in The Godfather, it was Tartaglia.
It
literally is one of the families.
But everybody was in the same area, basically.
You know, I feel like, look, we did plenty of time over the river and through the woods and all that stuff, and I feel like we probably did over the course of the years did some Thanksgivings and things like that. I remember being at my grandmother's house, or you might even do multiples, have it something at your house and then go somewhere else. Yeah, and I do remember that my grandmother was a cook. Actually, she was the head kind of chef for the Archdiocese of Philadelphia. So she ran the Archdiocesan kitchen, where all the bigwigs would come in and eat. So she didn't know how to cook small. So for things like Thanksgiving, we would have turkey, ham, roast beef, lasagna. Like, it would just be this massive spread. We'd have 2 different kinds of cheesecake. You'd have a blueberry and a strawberry cheesecake. You would have you'd have things like cannolis. You would have pizzelles. I mean, like, I vividly remember that. And I can remember having my first cup of coffee at one of those too.
Oh, yeah.
The big coffee maker that had the
coffee urn. Yeah, the urn. Yeah.
Bloop, 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 that thing, which was really cool. And I remember cream and sugar in it up and like, oh, coffee.
Coffee. I'm so grown up.
I know.
I'm with the adults now.
I know. So
did you get a sip of Dad's beer too with the
my parents were always good about letting us have a taste of something.
Sure. Yeah.
Which I think, takes the mystery out of it.
I just remember, because it was like, I'm never drinking that. That is the worst thing
and
on this planet. I mean, you're like, how the heck are they drinking this?
Yeah, you'd be.
And then wine. Well, my mom.
Or champagne. I think
I've said this before. My parents. I'm sorry, I'm talking over you, John.
No, it's fine.
What'd you say?
Oh, no. I said just wine or champagne or something like that. I mean, we'd be allowed to have a little bit. I mean, if Jesus can do it, then
my parents. My parents didn't drink. They just didn't drink it. It just wasn't in the house. It wasn't a big thing. Yeah. They just never got into the habit. And I don't know. If they had something, they would enjoy it. But the holidays, and especially if we were over either at my grandparents or if maybe my mom's sister, her older sister, actually she's the baby, so all of the sisters were older, were over, then they would break out the cold duck. I've never heard of it before. I think it's still out there. It's a sparkling wine. It's but it's
Exactly.
very brute. It's very dry.
Mm.
Cold duck.
Cold duck.
And you know, my mom, very vociferous anyway, and very jubilant, and you know, she laughed very easily, and she has this great cackle. So
Yes, I've
great laugh,
experienced that.
and very infectious and
Yes.
loud, and and I loved it, and so did her sisters, and so you couldn't tell. I think it was some of it was helped by the cold duck. She might have been feeling a little warm and toasty, but
Yeah.
that was always a great memory. And then one year, I remember asking Dad, because he would always carve it in the kitchen. He had the electric knife, carving
Yeah.
carving
I
the
still
turkey,
use one to this day
and
because of
then
that.
bring out. So do I.
Yep.
And bring out the big platter and everything. And I'm like, can we? You know, I wanted the Norman Rockwell. I wanted that bird intact and carve it at the table.
Yeah.
Oh, God bless my dad. Of course, he was like, all right, you know, he tried it. It was fine. It just took forever. And because it's in the middle of the table, you've got wine glasses and water
You're
glasses and all
reaching
that stuff. You
over and
can't really
yeah,
get over,
yeah.
and you can't get down there and you got to get your hand in there and break the and pull the leg off and you know, go all the way down. It was like, so I was talking with a friend of mine yesterday where he said they kept asking him and the family to carve the turkey, so he called a chef friend of his, and a chef friend of his got on a Zoom call, or not a
Yeah.
Zoom call, but you know, whatever,
Yeah, right.
and had a bird in front of him and literally gave him a little class on how to carve
How best to
turkey,
do it. Wow.
how to best do it. And then he sat there and he's just talking and carving, and they brought up this. He had this huge platter, like, how many turkeys are there? Like, no, that's how you don't know how much meat is actually on the bird. This is how you get all the meat on the
Oh,
bird. But he had a chef show him how to do it. I have watched one or two tutorials on how to do it, and I've done it several different ways, but I seem to get, you know, enough. I usually carve just half.
same.
Yeah.
Same.
I carve half the bird because
Oh, do
it's
you?
yeah, because it's plenty for everybody.
Well, it
Although this
depends
year-
on how big your bird is, I suppose. What's your average poundage?
well, this year is a 22 pounder.
That's pretty big.
That's pretty big. Well, we have a lot of people who are coming over,
Okay.
and Jenny and I wanted to make sure that we had leftovers, so we had a lot.
Oh, you have to. Turkey
You have to have leftovers.
sandwiches, turkey soup.
Right. We do the
turkey omelets.
It's the I just do the sandwiches, cold sandwiches.
Yeah.
Cold sandwiches on the brown and serve rolls with a 7-layer salad on top. So turkey, 7-layer salad. I don't do the stuffing and the gravy sandwich. I did stuffing and
Oh,
gravy
come on.
is separate. Should I do that?
No, you should.
You know what? I'm going to try it this year. I'm going to try. I'm gonna do
gobbler.
turkey,
The Wawa gobbler.
stuffing, and then a little bit of cranberry
Little
sauce on
sauce.
the, yeah.
Yep, right on top.
I'm going to try it. I'm going to try it. I've
Good
never done
stuff.
it, but let's get her done.
On a hoagie roll.
On a
Go to Wawa.
That's right, hon.
Get yourself a hoagie roll.
Billy in Baltimore there, hon.
That's it. Yeah. And
Billy,
toast that roll before
Baltimore.
Mhm.
But we're getting there. I have to finagle because I invited a bunch of guests, and some of them I neglected to tell the greatest wife ever that I invited them over.
Nice.
Yeah, I know. That's on me. I thought I had, and no, I did, but it was just, you know, the head count starts going. I'm like, we don't have enough. I look like I figured it out. I've already got. I know I'm going to pull the kitchen table in, and so we're going to have 2 levels. We have bar height or counter height table,
Right.
dining room table, and then we have the other one. So
okay,
and but we'll all be in the same room. It'll be great. Nobody's going to be in the kitchen. Nobody's at the children's table. None of that's happening.
Ah, boo.
So.
I actually like, as an adult, being at the children's table.
We never had a children's table.
Really?
Never was I ever relegated to the children's
Okay.
table. I was always at the dining room table. And I, before I got into cooking, loved to set the table. My mother taught me how to set the table.
Same.
Pull
That
out-
was our duties.
Pull out the silverware
Yeah.
and break.
Yeah.
We had to go into the china cabinet and break out the good china that they got for their wedding. This was their wedding china, and we had all of the settings. And I remember we didn't do this. I don't know why Jenny and I, Greatest Wife Ever, and I didn't do this. I think we had maybe once or twice, but my mom always had fruit cocktail first. Fruit cocktail. Yeah, that was a tradition. Fruit cocktail in a little bowl, in a saucer, and then it was on the main plate. We didn't have chargers, but we, I would get. She would buy the good.
What do you mean chargers?
Chargers, the plates that go underneath the plates. You ever seen those?
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, I did. Well, I'd never heard them called chargers before.
Yes, they're called chargers.
Warmers.
And they're made out of usually plastic or something, and they can be, anyway, it's bigger than the plate. It's a charger, and then you put your plate on the charger, and then you put the whatever on top.
Oh,
and then we had a bread dish, and then the water glass, and we had crystal water glass, and then a wine glass. And of course, I'm a kid, so I'm having Coke. And mine had nothing in my wine glass. But put out I love to set the table. That was great.
Yeah, same.
I remember one time I made a
fork on the left, knife and spoon on the right.
That's correct.
Still to this day.
And salad fork outside the regular fork.
Right.
So you worked from the outside in. And
smaller to larger.
Correct. And and then up top you can put a butter knife if you wanted to, right, for the rolls. Yes, exactly.
Yeah, right.
And then mom would she always stuffed the turkey. I never stuffed the turkey. She stuffed the turkey. And the stuffing, so pull that out. She's pulling the stuffing out, putting it in a separate dish, and it was the most wonderful thing on the planet. And God love my mother, but that turkey white meat was little dry.
Because of the stuffing.
That's why I would eat dark meat. Yeah. I would eat the dark meat.
Aww.
Yeah, but no, I ate the turkey because that's when you pulled out the gravy boat. And like, okay, yeah, gravy on everything. Gravy on everything.
That's a given anyway.
And then we had at our Polish table, because my dad's Polish, we had the kapusta, which is sauerkraut and pork.
Oh, okay. I thought that was more New Year's, but
you throw brown sugar in there, which not a fan. But I would eat it. And that was that. Did we have Gołąbki? Did we have I'm trying to remember. No, those were just separate meals. But yeah, every now and then we had sauerkraut on the Thanksgiving table. And wow, just remembering all of that stuff. Good Lord. Yeah, we had great. And of course, you had the parade on. Greatest Wife Ever was talking to someone. I think she was she's like, the younger generations don't know about the parade. I'm like, don't know about the parade? How do you not know about the parade? She said, yeah, she was talking to some younger woman about
Thanksgiving Day parade.
Yeah, watching the Macy's Thanksgiving Day parade. She goes, oh, when is that? It's like Thanksgiving.
Yeah, when's the 2 o'clock parade?
Macy's Thanksgiving Day parade.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, is that on TV? Yeah, it's on TV. The thing that's interesting to me about the Thanksgiving Day parade is though NBC has a contract with Macy's. Right. So they're at the finale. They're in front of Macy's on 34th Street.
Yeah, with all the showy stuff. I never liked that.
Thank you. The actual parade, because it's New York City and any television network can set up wherever they want. You go a little farther up and CBS also has the Macy's Thanksgiving Day parade.
Yep.
But they're showing all the bands, all the floats, all of the marching band, all of that stuff that's coming through. And I tend to watch that.
Same.
More than I watch the
Same.
Yeah. And then CBS, and is it ABC? ABC does the Philadelphia Thanksgiving Day parade, which was the actual first Thanksgiving Day parade. I know I'm throwing out a lot of trivia there.
No,
Gimbals was the first. They did it 4 years before Macy's Thanksgiving Day parade in New York, and they did it in Philadelphia.
The OG, hon.
That's right. That's right. And there's one in Chicago, and I forget what the one is in Philadelphia. I think it was called Dunkin' Donuts. Somehow got a sponsorship, or
really?
or it was their local like Channel 7, blah blah blah. Thanksgiving Day Parade.
Channel 6 used to do WPVI TV used to do.
Yeah, that's it.
Yep.
That's it.
Used to do that stuff. Yep.
And they so I tend to flip around. Although I will say CBS, when they're doing the Thanksgiving Day Parade, they will break out over to like Gramercy Park or someplace else in New York where there's a Broadway
something.
Other Wicked is performing, not Wicked, but you know what I'm saying. When something show that's on Broadway, and then they do something in the park instead of showing the parade. It's like I would just like a static camera,
right?
Or just like 4 or 5 cameras staked out and a couple of camera people at one spot and just show me the parade as it's going by
and some good audio. Yeah.
Exactly. Stop talking when the band comes by. I'd like to hear the song and move on. This is the McDonald's All-Star High School Band. Boom. That's it. And then let me hear it, please. Although it's hard to get audio because, you have the drums in the back and the
true.
So you're really hearing all the woodwinds first and then the brass, and then you're hearing the drums as they are coming by. They can figure it out. They're sound engineers.
So. We can figure this
out.
But
you have to. That is my Thanksgiving now, as an adult and raising our own kids. That was the memory. Now is you have the Today Show on leading into the parade, and then you've got to have that onions and celery have got to be sauteing first thing in the morning. I don't even have breakfast. I just have a cup of coffee, and we dive right into it because you got to get that stuffing done.
It's true,
and in the oven. So. Those are the smells of
why am I hungry? I'm starving right now.
So last week we were going to go see the Red One, which was the big Christmas action adventure movie, not unlike Die Hard. There you go, John. I'll give that to you. You're welcome. But it was, I
haven't got my tower yet from
Dwayne Johnson.
Amazon.
You ordered it?
No, I'm going to. It's on my list. They're only about
hurry up, man. The advent calendar
$10. Yeah, that's right. Does it start already? In the next few days.
December 1st.
Yeah.
December 1st.
Yeah.
And believe it or not, this Saturday is November 30th. The month. So this is a late Thanksgiving.
Yeah, it is.
Super late. So we don't have a lot of time to get things up and running for Christmas. But so we went to the theater and I got tickets. It's and it's one of these places. It's called Warehouse Cinemas, where they have a full bar and so you can get a cocktail and but I got tickets for the 8:50 show. So it's not crazy I've ever like 8:50. I'm gonna be in bed. I'm gonna be sleeping. I'm like, I know, but I wanted to get that because the other earlier ones were sold out. So it's Dwayne Johnson and Chris Evans and J.K. Simmons is a jacked Santa, because now you have these, Santa that lifts weights or what have you.
Okay.
And so you get into the story, and it's it's pretty decent. It's a pretty good story. I like the they don't really explain why Dwayne The Rock Johnson is he's like head of security, so he's not an elf. He doesn't have pointy ears. They have elves, and they kind of went the CGI route, just like in the Christmas. I'm not giving anything away, but just like they did in the Christmas Chronicles 2. There's the little, and they speak Elvish, and they're
which sounds a lot like Minion.
Yeah, they're right. They're little creatures. They're not, elves. Like I like the elves in the Santa Claus. And I like the elves in Fred Claus.
I don't know. Maybe you can't do that anymore. I don't know. Maybe that's a Hollywood thing that we refuse to have.
Oh, to have
little people.
Oh, you know what? That's a fair
Could
point.
be.
I didn't. Even
that's why they're going the CGI route with the
possible
with the elves. I'm just thinking,
or maybe they just like it. And but anyway, it was a great story. And then because it's 8:50 is when it started, and I've already got a belly full of popcorn because it was popcorn for dinner.
Yep.
And we used to have I told the greatest wife ever.
Don't mind me. That's
okay.
That's the fabulous Frankie Bones.
Oh, I thought that was
my reservation or something, I guess, for
Oh, is that where you're going for Thanksgiving?
Yeah, which I'm tempted to take this, but I will not do that. I will call them back.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate
It better not be telling me that they're not going to be there or something like that. They're probably just calling to confirm.
They're confirming.
Yeah.
Are
you sure you're going to be here? Okay. All right.
So I want to give you my 5-second review. It was I fell asleep in the middle of it because I'd had a bunch of
it was
cocktail
and
I did. Well, and it's the big
popcorn.
heated reclining seats, so you push your seat all the way back,
Yes.
and although I can just see a tragedy happen because I have to get a big soda. That's the only time I really get a soda is when I go to the theater.
Sody pop.
I have to get a cherry Coke or something, and not cherry Coke Zero either. Cherry Coke, give me all the sugar. I know it's wrong, I know, but I love it so much. And it's large.
Cherry Coke.
So if you pick it up by the lid, it could very well drop down.
Right, I've had that happen before.
I'm sitting there. What do you mean? You did? You had that happen?
Oh, I've had where the
yeah, and went
Okay.
everywhere.
It's not good.
Oh no!
It's the last time I did that.
Yeah, so I'm like, and it's over there, and I'm not even taking it out of the holder. I'm just like, and then every time I got Thursday.
Are you doing the planes, trains, and automobiles?
Yes, yes. I was John Candy adjusting my seat. So I'm back forward. I'm doing this, and then in one crucial scene, I'll have to go back and watch the movie again. But there was a scene I missed the entire section. I saw it in the trailer, and I missed the whole section with the snowmen. But watch the rest of the movie. It was, it's exactly what you pay for. I thought it was a great Christmas movie. It's got a nice message, of course, because all holiday movies usually have a message. And I highly recommend it. If you want to go see some of the bombastic spectacle in the theater that's not Wicked, then go see Red One. Because I tell you what, man, I wanted to see. Oh, by the way, and I just wanted to say this. Excuse me, it's in the nose. Okay. Is that I was reading about Wicked, and I was talking on the air about how all right, Wicked's in the theaters, blah blah blah. By the way, this is part 1. They don't tell you that. They don't say Wicked Part 1. That when you're sitting in the theater and you've got your popcorn and you're adjusting your seat, and it comes on, it says Wicked Part 1. Because and here's the ironic part: they padded it out so much that it's actually longer than the entire play, the entire musical on stage. It's longer. It's okay. What did they add? So apparently they added a bunch of stuff. So part 2 will be out this time
next Christmas
year. Next year.
Yeah.
Next year. I don't know. Where do you land on that? I think it's kind of rude. Really?
Yeah, well, especially if they're not telling you before going into it.
Nope.
I mean, who wants that? And now you got to wait a year, and no.
I mean, I guess they think they're guaranteeing people coming back next year, making the.
I guess has it opened at the box office already?
Yeah, it opened. It was number 1. Yeah, it was huge. 31 million though was not great.
Didn't hit expectations, maybe, or I wonder.
I don't know. But it was, and then it was followed by Gladiator 2.
Okay,
came out at the same time. So they were 1 and 2 at the box office, and then 3 was Red One. 4 was Bonhoeffer, whatever, the spy, assassin, whatever. I'm like, I skipped talking about the movie. I'm like, well, it's not going to do anything. No, number 3 at the box office. It was huge.
Well, remember, I mean, it's that time of year where people are looking for stuff to do after they get together with their family, or they've got friends and family in town, and it's like, well, what do you want to do? I don't know. How about we go to the movies?
Where are they from? Where are they from, John? Out of town. They get the hell of a sudden they have that accent.
I don't know. I don't know.
Go
to movies.
Where you want to go? Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go see Rock'em Sock'em Robot. So again, and I think if I said it last week, I'll say it again. I
Mhm.
highly recommend
Yeah.
The Best Christmas Pageant Ever. Great holiday
Yeah.
film,
I'd look
and
to see how that
parts of it were very
continuing.
funny. It's got a great message.
Yeah.
And bring your Kleenex if you're anything like me. Definitely had some eye leakage,
Very nice. Yeah,
but it was good. It was
You're not
wonderful. It was
crying, you're
yeah.
crying.
I'm not crying. You're good. Oh, it's allergies, man. It's dust.
Yeah. Yeah, it's that time of year. It's the
I thought so. So we've moved on into Christmas mode around here, actually after Thanksgiving, but the weather's been very nice. We've been up in the
not frightful,
60s,
right?
and my greatest wife ever said to me, "If you don't put your outdoor lights up today, you're an idiot." And she was joking, of course, but I'm like, "No, you're right. If I don't, I'm an idiot." So I'm going to put them up either today or tomorrow and get them up and ready to go, and then we'll turn them on Friday, on Black Friday.
We've
And
already got some of ours on, but it's
do
not
you?
complete. Yeah.
All right.
It's for
Good for
us.
you.
It's
Nice.
for us. I mean, I like having like the Christmas tree. It's already up. It's already decorated.
Well, I wanted to talk to you about that.
Yeah. Okay.
Because John had for years, he had the Yaglensky
Dancing
family
holiday light
dance. Okay.
spectacular.
Right.
Right. Mhm.
And well, why don't you describe it? What
No,
was
I
it?
mean it was
And how did you get into that, by the way? Was that before your first son was born? No,
no,
your first son was born. You were in another house. So you moved to this
no, it was
house.
when we moved to Urbana,
Okay.
Maryland. And then it started with just picking up a couple outdoor decorations at Sears that one year. A rope light outlined sort of wireframes were big. And we picked up 3 or 4 of them. And then we found the next year we couldn't locate any of those kind of things. And so we started buying them online, and it grew and it grew. And then somewhere along there, I saw the Osborne family holiday light spectacular at Disney World. Learned how they were making the lights dance, because they didn't originally, but then they started making them dance, and found out you could actually buy those controllers for your house. And so I did. And we started with 1, then we went to 2, then we went to 3 controllers. And then before that, we had one of the most popular holiday light displays in Maryland.
It was amazing. It was amazing.
Yeah.
And hold on, you got to add, there was, they didn't just dance in silence. They danced to music.
Yeah,
and there was a show every
it was
20 minutes or so.
It was, yes. Yeah, every 20 minutes.
Every 20 minutes. So in order for you to enjoy the music, John also had a 1-watt radio station that was broadcasting at 88 something FM?
88.7 FM. John FM.
John FM.
And during the holidays, it was Santa FM.
Santa FM.
I still own that domain, by the way.
You still have it?
SantaFM.com
is yours.
Yeah. If somebody's interested in buying that, let me know. I still own it. Yeah, no, you're right. And the reason why I did that, Ron, was so I didn't have to have music blasting outside.
Oh yeah, no,
and annoying my neighbors. I would have it up just enough so if you were standing on the sidewalks, we put a couple speakers out in the trees.
Yeah.
And just enough that you were standing on the sidewalk, you could hear it, but not so much that it would annoy the people across the street or the people who live to the left of us.
And there was a big line that would come through every night, or from, and they would just drive by, and there would be a show.
Yep.
And coordinated to the music, and then you moved.
And then I moved.
You brought it all with you.
Yeah, and then did it here.
You set it up once or twice.
I think it was 3 years. We did it, and it was, again, if you still were to look it up, it was voted one of the best holiday light shows in South Carolina by the Tacky Light Tour.
I don't know if I appreciate that name, but
no, I love it. I like.
Did you? Okay.
No, it was great. And by the way, when we were in Maryland, the first season that they did the Great Christmas Light Fight,
that
show, we were invited to audition for it. Now we didn't make it
Oh, you didn't get picked. Okay.
because we weren't goofy enough. We didn't understand, kind of what they were looking for.
I
So
see.
we just did sort of a straight audition and
Yeah.
said who we were and that kind of thing and sent it off. And we weren't crazy enough. I didn't have like the blinking jacket and the this is what I do, and I love it. I love Christmas, and, that kind of thing. No, that was not me. Instead, I just sort of toured what we did and how it was done and stuff. I didn't know what that. I mean, we had no idea. So,
sidebar.
I still have that audition tape, by the way, somewhere.
Sidebar. A friend of mine was a pretty good singer, and he'd been in bands and all that stuff. And he auditioned for is it America's Got Talent? No, The Voice.
Okay.
And he got a call back from The Voice, and he went back and he did that, and he didn't get picked. And I said, "What's the problem?" He goes, "My parents are still married, and I'm living a fairly happy life." Yeah. My parents are still together, and they're doing well, and I'm doing well. So yeah, it wasn't.
It's true though, isn't it?
They couldn't attach a tragic story to it. Sorry, they just couldn't.
Right.
Yeah.
There's no interest. Yeah, I know. I think we were just too normal.
Listen, it was the casting at the time. I don't know if they've done this.
I mean, you kind of, when you watch it, it's like, oh my gosh. I mean, I know everyone has a story. Okay. Obviously, we all do. We really do. If you think about it, there's something unique somewhere along the line, probably, that happened to you that has gotten you to be who you are. Okay. I've had a number of and I talk about them occasionally, but at the same time, it's like you said, it's just so tragic. Like it just seems everybody who's on that show, literally each one, I've had such a tough time, and and
which everybody does have that, but maybe they don't choose to share it,
right?
Or
maybe or maybe go in a different direction. I don't know.
I hear you. I understand.
All
right, we're gonna get to your.
agree.
We're going to get to your stories, your messages of gratefulness, hopefully, of gratitude.
I just have one so far.
In a little bit.
I think we have Jennifer's. So.
Did we scare people off?
No, I think it wasn't working for a week. So.
Oh, yeah.
You know what?
People were calling my phone. I was wondering why.
Feel free at your leisure, folks, to call in, and we can post the number again, and maybe we can keep doing this through the holiday season.
Now it's working. Yes, now it's working. 240-415-9090. But right now,
now
it's time to get the camera working. Fire off the synapses. Engage the frontal lobe. I caught that, by the way, the Canadian apology.
Yeah.
Form new neural networks. Utilize the cerebrum. As Pooh says, it's time to
think.
Nice.
Been a while, right. So I thought I'd throw that in there.
You wanted to go organic. All right. Organic poo. Got it.
It's the
dun dun dun.
There you go.
Question of the day. For pride, not prize. Are you ready? Are you ready? All right, here we go. Here's today's question of the day. Over the river and through the woods is a Thanksgiving song. Over the river and through the woods, to grandmother's house we go. The horse runs away, the carriage lands, all right.
Yep.
So was this now Christmas classic, written in 1850 as a drinking song at first, even though it makes zero references to Christmas. What is this perennial holiday classic in which the opening melody is played at the end of the Christmas song, chestnuts roasting over an open fire? See, now you got to think about that song. Over the River and Through the Woods is a Thanksgiving song. So was this now Christmas classic, written in 1850 as a drinking song?
Oh, I know.
Even though it makes zero references to Christmas. What is this perennial holiday classic in which the opening melody is played at the end of the Christmas song? Chestnuts roasting on an open fire. All right. Put your answers in the comments below.
Oh, boy.
And
yeah.
Good luck.
There it goes.
There we go. Where were you in the good luck, John? You usually join me.
Because it wasn't firing.
You couldn't find it. Okay.
The thing wasn't firing for some reason.
Oh, is that what happened? Is that what happened with Pooh?
Yeah, just so y'all know, I have like this little thing that has all these sound effects on it. Pretty high tech, actually.
Yeah, pretty high tech, I thought.
But
It's amazing.
I missed it. Uh-oh.
Bum, bum,
Come on, listeners.
bum, bum, bum.
Bum, bum.
Here's the question one more time.
You've stumped
Over the
me.
River and Through the Woods is a Thanksgiving song. So is this now Christmas classic, written in 1850 as a drinking song at first, even though it makes zero references to Christmas. What is this perennial holiday classic in which the opening melody is played at the end of the Christmas song? Chestnuts roasting on an open fire, especially the Nat King Cole version.
Is
of
that
it. Is that what?
Well, I was going to ask if it was also played at the end of Santa Claus is Coming to Town by
This
Bruce
is played
Springsteen.
in a lot of them. Yeah, absolutely.
At the end.
It is probably one of the most famous Christmas songs that actually was the Thanksgiving song.
Right.
Comment section, and what do we got?
Here we go.
Here we go. Susan Heck was the first one in who said Jingle Bells. There you go. That's right.
That is
Jingle
correct.
Bells.
Yes.
The last line, Merry Christmas to you. There you go.
We also
Jingle
had Joanne with a nice try.
Oh, that is a good one. Auld Lang Syne. Yep, that is a very good one.
Yep.
But the Jingle Bells was originally a drinking song, and then it was about the sleigh rides. They used to have sleigh races, I should say, at that time. And there's a reference to when you go out on a sleigh ride, especially if it was a unescorted man and woman out on like a date, and you're alone in a sleigh, and the sleigh becomes upset, which means they have some alone time to be alone in the sleigh. What's going on is entirely up to them. But there you go. That was a little bit of a reference to something else. In that, I was reading all about this yesterday.
Apparently.
Jingle Bells, which was a Thanksgiving song. It was not about Christmas, but somehow it got associated with Christmas, and now it's probably one of the biggest ones. Oh my God, my coworkers give me the answers. Susan, there you go. Well, that's all right.
You're honest.
That's
Spread
fine.
the pride around.
That's all right. You still get pride, not prize. A grateful pride, not prize. Thank you so much for listening, Susan. Appreciate it. You're can you
shout? I think that's shout.
Casey. All right, well, of course.
Yeah,
of course.
Casey.
Did Casey give you the answer? That it was
way to go, Casey.
Merry Christmas to you. Have you watched Charlie Brown Thanksgiving yet?
No, I have not.
It was free last weekend on Apple TV Plus. I haven't.
Now it's too late.
I haven't watched it yet.
You know, I don't know if I have that one. Actually, I think I have it on.
I'm pretty sure you have it.
Videotape.
On a VHS?
On a VHS, I think.
Do you have anything to play it on?
We have a VHS player somewhere, but I've heard that they're belt driven.
Oh,
and so if you go long enough, like the belt actually crack. And
yeah, we have a whole box at the time. We were collecting them, obviously when VHS was the big media form. We got all of those holiday movies. All of them. Big box.
You know what? Actually, I think we gave those like last year. We gave away all our VHS.
Miracle on 34. Where'd you give them to?
Well, there was a retirement home around here.
Where did you give them? Oh,
they were looking for movies to show the retirees and things like that, and I think they had a VHS player, so they had a full box. So it was nice not to have to throw them away; that they actually got used for something.
Absolutely.
Yep.
All right. Well, in the waning minutes of this, before we get,
we do have a phone call to play, though.
Oh, well, let's do the phone call first. We're going to get into your thoughts of what you're grateful for this Thanksgiving, because as you can tell, I wore my harvest colors as we were in harvest. I don't know
I'm
if you
thankful
noticed
for
that.
thankful for
I did.
basketball, except for
I
last
did.
night when I stayed up to watch them
Dayton,
loss.
Dayton Flyers.
Yeah.
I know. Well, the Ravens
Blew a
won, but
21-point lead against North Carolina. Ugh. All
the
right. Well, let me try this. Hold
all
on.
right, go ahead. Go
Let me
ahead.
see if this works. All right. All right.
Haha, that was the solution. Good morning, friends. Thank you. I'm sorry, but I'm glad we worked that out together. It's Jen Scona from California. Just wanted to say thank you for always brightening my Tuesday mornings when I'm able to log on and share a portion of the day with you all. It's a beautiful, foggy, rainy, drizzly day here, and my artichoke plants are very, very happy.
She has artichoke
I get
plants.
to go to yoga. My kids are home for the week. My husband's at work. The dog is asleep. Life is grand. I've got fresh bread baking in the oven. Hope you all
What?
have a fantastic week.
Wow.
Thank you for everything you do for us. Love you. Bye.
Aw,
That was
very nice.
awesome. Love
Yeah.
you more. That was
Yeah.
fantastic. That is great.
Yeah. Thank
I
you,
want
Jennifer.
to get into our Jennifer's gone. No, it's nice to hear her voice too. It's
I
awesome.
know, right? It is.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you can leave a message now that it works. 240-415-9090, 240-415-9090.
So sorry.
I'm like wondering why am I
So
getting calls from the
sorry.
Nesto?
Sorry. So sorry.
Not your fault. It just
Oh,
happened. I don't know
I
why
d-
it was set
it
on call.
Turned a
forwarding.
switch on. I don't know. This is what happens sometimes.
Well, if we put call forwarding on it, you could just call that number and get me.
Yeah, Ron will be answering your calls live. You can
No.
just tell Ron
No,
your
we're
favorite
unfolding that.
memories, and he'll.
Although that did
transcribe
happen,
them.
my cell number went out when after I was laid off from Sirius XM. My cell
Right.
number went out.
Right.
I got calls from people. What happened to you? And I'm like,
Ron, what happened?
are you a listener? But they
Do
were
I
very
know-
nice and
Do I know
respectful. and
you?
They were very nice and respectful and very grateful. And they called my number once, and I guess lost it.
Well,
Which
that
I thought
was
was
nice.
it was very
That was
nice.
nice of them.
It was very, very, very nice.
As opposed to prank calling you all the time.
So, all right, John, what are
Yeah.
you grateful for as we move on into?
I'm grateful I'm employed. I'm grateful I work with a bunch of great people. I'm grateful I have a wonderful family around me. I'm grateful that I'm home right now and can spend the holidays here and have some friends coming in. And I'm grateful I get to spend time with you every week or thereabouts.
Yeah, you know what? When I was writing things down for what I was grateful for, it's hard to put it all into words because so
Sure.
you don't realize it because you're in the middle of everything. Of it's how many wonderful things you've got going for you. I mean,
Look what you got.
right?
Oh, that's
exactly.
Family Man. Jeremy
Piven.
Piven.
Just look
What
around.
you got?
Yeah, I know my
3
house is falling.
bedrooms,
My house is
2.5
falling
baths.
apart around me, but you know what? I got a house.
Right? 3 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, a partially finished basement.
That's exactly what I have.
That's what I love. I love that line.
Yeah, the house is
What you got?
the whatever, but the to have the greatest wife ever and the 2 best daughters and have a son-in-law and a grandson. I mean, it's just the family and being able to try to appreciate it as much as I can every day. But sometimes you get caught up in whatever. But to be employed, especially with the climate as it is now, and especially in this business, I'm so grateful. And I think he's getting a little tired of it. I thank my bosses all the time. I just walk in and I'm like, hey, I just want you to know that I'm really grateful to be here. I really enjoy working here and I enjoy working with a lot of the people. And it's, I take every chance I get to do that, to just appreciate the fact that and in the musician community with all of those people and this great charity we have the privilege of working with and all the people who do that. My parents are still with us, and my mom's still on this planet.
Grateful for
and
that.
My dad is he was texting me last night because all we do now is text about the Ravens when the Baltimore Ravens are playing.
Good. You got that.
Yeah, I love it. No, I love it. I love it. I look forward to it. And we text stupid, dumb dad jokes every day to each other.
Love it.
Just dumb dad jokes. And I talk to my younger brother every day. I get to talk to my younger brother every day. My older brother's over on the West Coast. I talk not as often, but I still have a nice relationship with him. So I'm grateful for all of that. But yeah, health scare 9 years ago. So to be able to wake up in the morning and just go, yeah, okay.
I'm here. I'm
Eyes
still
are
here.
open. There's the sun, or there are the clouds, whatever. There's a cat in my room. Okay, whatever. And it's like,
Hello,
yeah,
you lovely cat.
woohoo!
Hello.
Throw
Hello, you
those-
wonderful house that I'll be paid off in another 320 payments. Hello,
I'm just
Hello,
saying.
you car that actually starts. Good morning.
Right. Exactly. I'm trying to every day.
That's
The little tiny
It's
things.
true, though.
It's a nice. I'm drinking hot apple cider. This was awesome. Greatest way I've ever thought to buy apple cider and
Yeah,
stick it in the
that's
fridge.
good. No,
I'm grateful for those little tiny things too that make up
honestly,
the big life.
yeah, no, when I was in Dallas, Texas over the past few days for a board meeting, and I had been worried about it. A project that I had been working on all year long came to fruition. And unfortunately, I didn't get to see it debuting because I had to go home, which was working on some videos overseas. And I got to travel all over the world this year, which was really cool.
Yeah.
But as that came to an end and things went well, I had some me time. Everybody else kind of faded away, was doing their own things. I went up to a bar on the 27th floor, sat next to a window, had a beverage, and just looked out on the skyline and reflected how amazing a year it is and what a great life I have. And I kind of got a little verklempt, just
Sure.
in the moment, thinking about
Absolutely.
how good things are. And, despite the struggles, despite all the things that go on in your daily lives, we are living a wonderful life. No doubt about it. So
I have nothing to add to that. That was we'll end on that. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful, wonderful Thanksgiving, and I hope you eat a lot and drink a lot, and you take a nap and watch some football, and your family and friends are you just have the best time and play some games and enjoy each other's company, and then get out there on Black Friday and do some shopping and find a great bargain. Maybe buy something for yourself. A lot of us do. And then,
that's right.
a lot of us do. And then I'm
No,
just
I'm
saying,
not gonna do that.
we're looking for a new TV. So I'm just
All right.
saying.
There's a bunch of good ones.
Yeah, I know.
There
I
are.
know.
There's some Walmart has some
We were in
really good
Walmart
sales.
yesterday, and and I
Yeah.
looked. I'm like, "Hey, honey, look at this! It's not even $350." And
I know.
and they're huge.
I know, like 65, 75 inches. Yeah.
Go find some bargains and enjoy. And please, please, please travel safely as you're driving, and drive defensively.
Yep.
And
Do not drink and drive. Call a cab.
and make sure you obey all traffic safety laws, of course, because some people around you are not. So just be
Correct.
wary.
Defensive.
Eyes darting around, cat-like reflexes. Make sure you're watching everything that's going on. Be careful. Use your navigator.
Yep.
Who is like pointing out, that car's braking. Absolutely. Be grateful for that. Be great. No, I'm not making fun. I'm saying be grateful for that.
Sure.
It does help. Out of 10 times, there might be that one time you missed it and
It's true.
they saw it.
Right.
So use it.
Good.
Use it as a tool. And have a great holiday. And we will meet you back here next week. Moving into the
wait. Hold on. Wait. Hold on. Wait.
Maybe not Tuesday.
Wait.
Maybe
It's-
later in the week.
Not next week.
Not next week. We're not gonna meet you next week.
Friday, maybe. Yeah, I'm gone next week.
John's gone next week. All
Because
right.
I am still the travel guy.
That's true. That's right. Yeah, you've got some places to go.
But that's it for the
That's all right.
the year. Then.
Okay. All right. So maybe we'll take the week off next week, and then we'll meet you after that.
Recover
And
from our
we'll be in
trip.
full on Christmas mode.
Yes.
Oh,
Whamageddon starts soon. Don't forget.
I will post all the rules for Whamageddon when it starts on December 1st. December
Mhm.
1st. So Sunday, December 1st, Whamageddon starts, and all the rules, and I'll put that up on the Facebook page.
Sunday.
Or here and on our Instagram. All right.
Yep.
Thank you so much. We've run over time. I appreciate it. And we love you immensely. Thank you for just hanging out with us and making us part of your day. Listen, John Yaglensky, Ron Ross, love you, mean it. bicycle.